Welcome to Cuss and Clarity Tarot, where I cuss a little bit and clarify a lot. In today's reading, I'm asking your spirit team for a coin reality check, okay? If this video found you're in need of some clarity regarding your funds, your finances, your Skrilla Moolah, okay? I did use some practical items today, so if you're new here, I oftentimes use practical items instead of crystals. Not because I don't use crystals or think that they're effective, but I do like for people's intuition to be with something practical, something easy, because I don't feel like you need to be heavily spiritual or into all of the woo-woo in order to receive clarity, okay? So today I have some pin caps. I have a red heart that goes with pile 1, the Universal Monsters Tarot deck, okay? Pile number 2, I have an orange pin cap, heart shaped with the Starlit Dream Tarot. And for pile number 3, with a pink pin cap, heart shaped as well, with the Tarot of the Divine deck, okay? So we're going to get into your reading. What's next? Your talents and strength, any blockages or challenges with your money, and advice and direction for you, pile 1. And I'll also be pulling some oracle. So buckle in and let's get into it. You can pause and use your intuition to pick your pile, and let's get started. Welcome, pile 1, with the red pin cap and the Universal Monsters Tarot. Okay, we got our green candle running for money. Let's get into it. So I'm asking your spirit team today to give you a message for your coin reality check, and I'm going to be pulling 4 cards and some oracle. What's next? Talents and strengths, any blockages or challenges for you regarding your money and finances, and any advice and direction. All right, so take some deep breaths, get your coffee, your water, and let's get into it. So for pile 1, what's next? Okay, we're going to start with that. We're going to start with what's next for you regarding your finances. Okay. Let's get into this. What's next for pile 1, spirit team? All right, let me do another shuffle because they not cooperating and acting right today. All right, what's next financially for pile 1? All right, period. We got 2 coming out for what's next, okay? We got the 10 of claws, which is going to equate to the 10 of swords. And then we got the ace of castles, which is also your pentacles, and this was in reverse, okay? So 10 of claws and the ace of castles coming out for pile 1 for what's next. Okay, so what this tells me immediately is that there may have been a difficult cycle regarding your finances, okay? That's coming to an end and closing out, okay? We can praise that. There may have even been a situation where something that looked solid, okay, job stability, money coming in, it may have fell through, or you may have felt like you missed your chance, okay? The ending to that forced you to realize that something wasn't quite right or grounded, okay? And you may be realizing that now. So what's next for you is that cycle is done. The worst is already behind you, and you're coming into the realization that either you missed an opportunity that you should go back and get, or it may have came back around for you and you're wondering if this is right because it missed the first time, okay? It missed the mark the first time. Maybe you weren't ready. Maybe this opportunity required you to have money to make money type situation. It may not have felt solid, or it may not have fit within your schedule or the period of life that you were currently in, but it's going to come back around. Even if it's not presented to you without you doing anything, it's going to open, that door is going to open back up whether you go after it or not. So this may be your calling to open that door back up. It could be you starting a business that you kind of put down. Okay. It could be a corporate position, a regular 9-to-5. It could be you finishing a degree or some training. But whatever it is, it felt like it wasn't solid at first, or maybe the chance was missed. It may have even been a very low point for you, but it's closing. So what next is that opportunity arising itself again, okay? And so for our next read is what talents or strengths, okay, can you be utilizing to bring in a little bit more of that money? Okay, and you probably already know, but I'm clarifying for you, okay? I'm here to bring you clarity. Now, this might not be something that you need to change. It might be something you're already good at. It might be a talent that you're already using or a strength that you're already using to make money. But this is just going to clarify that, okay? We got the Two of Crips for the question, what talents or strengths, okay? The Two of Crips is also equivalent to the Two of Cups. Cups tells us what's in our heart. It also tells us where we fill other people's cups and where our cup gets filled. So when we're asking your spirit team about your talents and strengths, because you got the Two of Cups, which deals with heart chakra, which deals with filling other people's cups as well as what fills your cup, we're talking about someone who has empathy. Okay, someone with a very strong ability to connect and build genuine connections with others. Maybe a mediator, people who can build partnerships and collabs. You make people feel seen and understood and comfortable when they're around you. And you have a good ability to form a mutual relationships. So this may be an opportunity for you to showcase just who you are, a natural ability. Okay, no training or book smarts can prepare somebody to have this level of empathy and emotional intelligence. So this could be surrounding people who take on positions of care, whether that be teacher, counselor, physician, nurse, even dealing with the legal world, but the part of the legal world where you advocate or engage in advocacy for others. Okay, so your talents and strengths that you either need to use or have been using already is that. So with the opportunity that you may have missed, may have come at a time in your life where you didn't have the emotional meter to accept it. It might be a side project. And so that's why you kind of pushed it off to the side and decided, like, you know what, I ain't got time for that right now. Especially when it is going to be a lot of emotional labor, but it comes naturally to you in order for you to be able to build those partnerships and bonds with people, or be a mediator, a counselor, a teacher, etc., an advocate. Okay. So when this opportunity comes back around, or even if you yourself need to pick back up this idea, it is going to come knocking again. This is your confirmation that if you needed somebody to tell you to go after that nonprofit, is what I'm hearing, okay? It may not bring in the coin, and that might be the reason why you put it off to the side or didn't accept the opportunity right off the bat, because it wasn't a prime opportunity for you to take on some responsibility without a lot of, cheddar coming in, okay? But your spirit team is telling you that this is going to be very fulfilling, okay? The money is going to come. And I know in this economy, as much as we love to help and as much as we would love to showcase our talents for nothing, as much as we would love to use what we got to help other people and do it out of the kindness of our heart, let's be fucking for real. Okay? The kindness of our heart is going to need a little bit of money attached to it in this economy. Okay? It might not make you rich, but you'll be rich in spirit. You'll be rich in the talent, and you're definitely needed. Okay? I'm hearing that the reason why that opportunity is still available is, baby, because it ain't nobody like you. That's what I'm hearing from your spirit team. I'm literally getting chills because it ain't nobody like you. Okay. This Ace of Castles, I think, speaks volumes. This castle is high up above. Now, don't get a big old head, but you're high up above. There's nobody like you. There isn't. So that opportunity was saved for you. Even if those people don't know why it hasn't been fulfilled, they probably tried, especially if it's corporate. They probably tried to fill it. It could be at your current job. They looking for somebody to take on another project and then nobody sign up because it's been waiting for you, okay? Emotional intelligence and empathy is your greatest strength, okay? Making people feel comfortable and understood, okay? Building genuine connections, that's your talent and your strength, pile one. The next question I'm going to pull is if there's any blockages that are keeping you from either moving forward or anything that might be blocking finances in general. But seeing as how this reality check for pile one is reminding you to go after something that was presented to you before or pick back up an endeavor that you originally started, I'm going to pull the blockages for you. It could be overall with your finances, but I'm going to say that this is going to be blockages regarding this opportunity, okay? Something to look out for so that you don't miss it again, or, I mean, in other words, squander it, okay? Because this is very important to those around you that are in need of whatever services you are able to provide. See how y'all get y'all, I know that one already came out. This one right here at the bottom, okay? Some of y'all need to take some deep breaths. I know you got excited. I'm pretty sure you already know exactly what I'm talking about, and that gave you a feeling of accomplishment. Like, hell yeah, I knew I was right. But take some deep breaths for me, friend. I am going to pull one more, even though I am doing a spread, and usually with the spread, people pull one card. I'm feeling led to pull two for your blockages here, okay? Because this is a very important reading. This pile, this work that you're thinking about doing or that you've been called to do or even asked to volunteer with is very important, especially when it comes to servicing the public in these times, okay? So the first one we got with the question of any blockages that may be either hindering this opportunity or your finances overall. We got the Fool, which is Frankenstein's monster, okay? And we got the Four of Castles. Now, come on now. We pulling out these castles here, which is your coins. We're getting a lot of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here, which if anybody know how to make some money, honey, it's them, especially a Virgo and a Capricorn. So any blockages that may be holding you back is the Fool and the Four of Castles, okay? Which again, the Four of Castles is also the Four of Pentacles, and then we have the Fool. Now, what we're talking about in this blockage, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, friend. I know exactly what's going on here. This opportunity probably doesn't pay a whole lot, but because you're much needed in that position and it is something that is a natural talent and it's probably something that you've thought about for a long time. I'm even hearing fostering, and I don't know why, okay? It could be something doing an outreach program. There is going to be money coming in, but it's not what you think. Now, no one is saying to get rid of what you do for a living currently, or maybe you do feel pulled. And your blockage is that you're afraid of letting go of the control and the security, okay? You do want to move forward with a new opportunity, but you holding tightly to what's familiar. And I don't blame you, friend, because in this fucking economy, we ain't got time to be playing with no opportunities, right? But the Fool tells us to do things without hesitation, okay? It tells us to go after things even if we don't see exactly how it's going to work out. But I understand the hesitation to take risks. But this is your confirmation to let you know that it ain't nobody like you. And I cannot stress that enough. Okay, you might even be over guarding money, because this opportunity is going to be a slow burn. And because it deals with the empathy, it deals with emotional intelligence, it deals what we give from our hearts. That type of meaningful work oftentimes doesn't come with money, because let's be fucking for real. When you see people out there making billions and billions of dollars saying that they doing something outreach for the community, they lying. Because we know that that type of heartfelt work is oftentimes not met with a strong financial return. And that is going to be something that's blocking you right now, is because you understand that and you're afraid to give up the control and the stability that you currently have. Okay. And because I give clarity, I don't tell people which way to sway or don't. The reason why you may be feeling like this may be because you know in your heart that in order to maintain this position, you might have to give up your 9 to 5. Okay, or you're afraid that it will get to a point where you won't be able to balance both, but your heart is pulling you in this direction. And again, I hear fostering, I hear tarot, I hear Jesus Christ, I am doing tarot. Maybe that wasn't a slip of the tongue. Hello? Maybe that might be you, because that's also outreach. Okay, because what I do is provide a public service as well. It's from my heart. It's from the gift that I was given, that sometimes I feel as if nobody needs me, right? Until I remember that regardless, this is something that comes from my heart and that I'm openly sharing. That could be you as well, okay? But there's something that no one else can do because you have the actual heart to do it. This isn't just something that your family did. This isn't just something that somebody told you to do. This isn't just something that you're good at. This is something that you are deeply passionate about. And the opportunity to work in that realm came about previously. It was set to the side. You've been doing some thinking. You've been weighing the pros and cons, but you might be gripping a little too tightly to the idea of financial security and holding tight to what's familiar to you and what you've been doing because it is predictable. It is something that you can control. Overguarding your money and maybe even overguarding your energy and emotions. Maybe you're telling yourself you can't do it. Maybe you're telling yourself the same thing that I told myself, that nobody cares. Nobody needs this, right? Is this really something that people are going to respond to? Yes. Because again, that opportunity is still there because it ain't nobody like you. It's still open and still available and still able for you to pick it back up, even if it's been years since you turned it down or decided that this was something that you're going to pick up later, or maybe not right now. Okay. Maybe it's been so long that you don't think that that opportunity is even still for you. Yes, the fuck it is, honey. It's been saved by your spirit team. Even if in the natural world, the people who presented this to you may feel as though they just cannot find somebody, even though they tried. In the spiritual world, honey, your spirit team is telling me to tell you that that position, that particular thing is for you. And now is the time, which is why you got this reading and why you're here for this pile, because it's now the opportunity to strike on that, okay, to make the decision. Be like the fool, and the fool tells us to leap before we look oftentimes, but it's not in the way that we're careless or that we do not think things through or plan accordingly. It's that we don't allow ourselves to be overly critical, and we don't allow ourselves to be like, oh, well, what if, and what if, and what if, and what if, and what if, right? Well, what if it does all work out? What if it goes exactly how you pictured? What if the people that you intend to help and your emotional immaturity and your ability to empathize with others and to bring others together, what if it does exactly what the fuck you know it's supposed to do? I'm here, reach one, teach one. Okay? You already know that you got it, okay? We also know that Frankenstein's monster can symbolize innocence and curiosity, the wonders of the world, right? The beginning of his journey of learning how to be alive, I guess. It's your spirit team is asking you to take that same approach on what you want to do next in this journey that you know you're supposed to be on. And we got electricity going with this Ace of Castles and with Frankenstein's monster. Sorry, y'all, I done dropped something. Excuse me. Electrifying. Oh, it's going to set your soul on fire. It's going to bring you so much joy. It's going to bring you so much fulfillment. And it's going to bring fulfillment and joy to those that you're helping, whether it is a corporate, counseling, therapy, nurse, doctor, medical field. It's been on your heart to do it. Even if it scares you into changing up what you know you're used to, okay? I can't stress enough how your spirit team is totally asking for you to trust and know that because you were born and built for this position, nothing can go wrong. The only thing that can go wrong is you not listening and delaying. Remember, the delay that you have today is also the delay for those who need this service that you need to provide. Okay, I'm going to pull some oracle before I move on to the last portion of your spread. Okay, I'm going to pull some oracle from our modern life oracle deck. Okay, these are some practical oracle here, so let me go ahead and get these good and shuffled here, friends. Okay, spirit team, pile one's coin reality check. Okay, let's get some oracle here. Okay, we got, who? Come on now, Zoom meeting survivor. Get on your Zoom. Get on your Zoom. Honey, that motherfucking time that they asked you to do that bullshit might have been, not even bullshit, right? It might have been via Zoom. They might got you a Zoom meeting scheduled. Okay, you might have been contacted. And again, this might be a side project where you already at. Whatever it is, baby, say Zoom meeting survivor. This could be literal Zoom meeting that you finna get on to talk to people to get this shit orchestrated and to get it organized. Or you might just be meeting, okay? But your spirit team don't lie. Let's get one more because I know you ain't hearing me. You feeling me, but are you hearing me? You still probably in doubt like, damn, is this for real? Is this really gonna happen? Yeah, it is. They need you out there in this world. The type of empathy and emotional intelligence that you was born with that people can't buy, okay? People can't study. People can't fake. You are of utmost importance, okay? And we got social battery drained, okay? Yeah, that goes along with what I said before about the Fool, about the blockages, is that you might be harboring some thoughts about your energy and emotions being expended. Okay, you might have a social battery that's drained currently, and you think that you don't have anything to give back. Your social battery is drained, friend, because it is being expended on people who are not within this realm. You might be doing things. Ooh, yeah, I'm hearing it, spirit. You might be doing what you're supposed to do for others who are not within the actual organized sector. Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's say that this is nursing. Okay, you're currently in that position and you might be feeling socially drained because you're doing it outside of what your spirit team is calling you to do. So it's going to be draining because you're not in the right organization. Okay, you might not be in the right department of nursing, if that's you. Okay, another example is if you do community outreach, okay, and you want to feed those who are lacking resources. You might be somebody that people can come to if they need a good meal. You might be doing this for your friends and family who could be struggling. Okay, and you feel drained because you're using that talent, you're using that level of emotional intelligence and empathy that you possess in the wrong areas. Okay, that doesn't mean don't do it at all. It means that you need to get it organized because this is something that is going to be big. And then I'm hearing fostering as well. Okay, this could be of people or animals, but there is something that you want to give back to your community that has been on your heart, whether it's a side project, whether it is a paid job or not. Okay, you know what it is. You've known what it was from the very moment that I opened my damn mouth on this damn video. So even though I've given these examples, you are very aware of what it is that your spirit team is calling you to do. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get the final card in your spread, and then I'm going to pull some more oracle. So the final card in your coin reality check spread is going to be advice and some practicality that you can apply to claim this reading, pile 1. Okay. So spirit team for pile 1. Okay. Well, okay. Okay. We got judgment. All right. For advice, something practical you can take away. And we got the Queen of Candles, which is the Queen of Coins. Ooh, yeah, I had to make sure they weren't stuck together. Yeah, we always love the coins. And again, I'm sorry, candles. Let me stop playing. The Queen of Candles. Queen of Candles is also associated with Queen of Wands, okay? Which is the queen of fast movement, the queen of going after what it is that we want, guarding, okay? It's fire sign energy, so it's very quick moving. It propels you forward. So with your advice, with the Judgment and Queen of Candles, we know that Judgment and Queen of Candles together, Queen of Wands, okay, giving very much fire sign, giving very much personal power, moving forward, taking life by the horns type shit, okay? You're going to answer your calling, and you're going to trust your inner wake-up call. If this was not your wake-up call right now, and this is something that you've already known and you just needed me to clarify it for you, you have now moved into the trusting era. You've moved into the era of confidence and knowing your personal power, being bold about knowing that this is the right thing, and you're no longer dimming your light, okay? It's authentic and it's courageous for you to consider moving forward with something that may not bring a ton of abundance, but it's going to bring abundance to those who can benefit from this in the best way possible. Okay? When it comes to this being a coin reality check, your spirit team is not denying that this is going to be monetarily lucrative. But again, remember in the beginning when I mentioned takes money to make money, maybe takes money to build upon what it is that you're looking for. If that's you, that's a possibility as to why it got delayed in the first place. But it really doesn't matter, if I'm being fucking honest with you. Okay, and I'm going to just be real with you, and I'm going to just give it to you straight. It don't fucking matter what you think. It don't matter what resources you see. It does not matter what you think is possible. Your spirit team is telling you that you are the perfect one for the job. It's been on your heart for so long because you know that you're good at it naturally. It's a calling for you because it comes to you naturally, which means that you're going to be doing it with the utmost authenticity. But you're also not doing it for the wrong reasons, which means that the people who it benefits will be benefit to their highest ability. So I'm gonna pull some of our Woodland Wardens oracle to further clarify. Okay, so your advice moving forward and something practical that you can take from this reading is answer your calling and trust your inner wake-up call, okay, and step into it confidently. Be bold about it. Okay, know that this really is for you, and you really do have what it takes, and everything will fall into place once you spiritually say yes. Once you make it up in your mind that you're going to say yes, everything will fall into place, honey. And that Queen of Candles is telling me that it's going to move quick. It's going to move quick. Now, let me say something about this card. Okay? This woman looks like she's in a brick, like she's somewhere confined. And then this monster hand is reaching out to her almost as if asking her, come with me. That's you accepting your calling, getting up out of that confine that you made for yourself, telling yourself you couldn't do it, or you weren't going to have the time, or you weren't going to have the energy, or if it takes funds, maybe it is going back to school, maybe it is a paid gig, maybe it is taking a pay cut to do something that you know that you love, maybe it's not seeing any monetary gain from it at all, maybe it's something that does not make money, it's just something that is lucrative and abundant by way of emotional fulfillment for others and for yourself. Okay, outreach, those types of things. But whatever it is, like I said, it don't fucking matter what you see in the natural and what you think is not there. Your spirit team is telling you that once you give a spiritual confirmation that yes, you're ready to receive what you have for your calling, once you stop telling yourself you can't, what if, and you be the fool and you do it regardless of what it looked like, spirit team gonna put everything in place that you need. And I guarantee you that these cards gonna tell you so, because you ain't gotta believe me. I know you still trying to wonder if it's going to be for real, but you about to see something that's going to blow your mind. Oh, that one popped. I'm finna use it. Okay, peace, the otter, and the cattail. Okay, let's get one more. I like to do these oracles and read it plain right off the page so you can't say you didn't know. Let's get some oracle for the coin reality check for pile 1. Okay, well, that's the one. Inspiration, the salamander and black pepper, loud and clear. Okay, so I'm going to read the otter and cattail for peace, and the salamander and black pepper for inspiration. So the otter and the cattail for peace says, the otter glides through the water with grace and fluidity. A beautiful sight to behold, the otter's playful swim brings calm and joy to those who witness it. The cattail is a symbol of peace and prosperity. It can be used for a variety of domestic purposes, from basket weaving and bedding to home insulation. It is also a nourishing food. You are entering a time of peace and tranquility. Enjoy it, allowing yourself to relax fully. Okay? This is talking about relaxing into the idea that everything is going to work out. Okay? And the salamander and the black pepper for inspiration, it says, symbols of fire and heat, the salamander and black pepper call us to be full of energy and inspired. Both Aristotle and Pliny the Elder wrote of the salamander's ability to withstand flames, and the creature's association with fire is echoed in ancient Greek myth. Black pepper or peppercorn has an earthy flavor with a spicy kick, making it a perfect match for the fire-friendly salamander. A new opportunity awaits. To fulfill it, you must remain inspired, applying your full energy to your creative endeavors. Now, I told you. I told you. You ain't have to believe me. That goes with the Queen of Candles. Like I said, that Queen of Wands, that fire sign energy is moving quick. Soon as you say, I do, it's on and popping for you, friend. Okay, so that's your clarity. That is your clarity. Okay, don't forget that personal readings are available in the link tree. Okay, you can expand on this reading with a personal reading that I can do a recording specifically for you and a specific question that you have. You can ask a different question for more clarity. But either way, you already know what's up. You already know better, so act like it. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading, your coin reality check. You pick the orange heart-shaped pin cap and the Starlit Dream Tarot, okay? We're going to be talking about your what's next, okay? Talents and strengths, any challenges or blockages, and then some advice or direction for your coin reality check, okay? So as you know, I'm not here to give financial advice or sway anybody to do or not to do, but I'm going to tell you what your spirit team has for you in way of your coin reality check, okay? What we can do to get more coin, or where you're at, or where you're lacking in order to get to your next journey regarding that money. Ooh, okay. Well, we got the Three of Cups right off the bat for what's next, okay? And I'm starting with what's next because I know that that's a lot of times what we need to see in order to accept fully the clarity that we receive, is to just know what direction is it headed? But I'm going to pull one more for what's next, okay? Because that's what I feel in my spirit. What's next for pile 2? What's next? Coin reality check, pile 2. What's next? All right, period. Okay. We got the Hierophant upright. I love this. Right off the bat, this energy lets me know, oh, you headed in a direction that people, they ain't gonna like it too much, but you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck at all, okay? 3 of Cups for what's next in reverse, okay? And then we have the Hierophant, which if you can see it, he looks to be made out of wood, okay? He has on this tall hat, a medallion around his neck. He's adorned, okay? He's dressed. The Hierophant is always talking about social norms, even religious norms, okay? It talks about what we think about and what we feel regarding the things that we're taught, the things that are going on around us, okay? It's bucking against the norm, okay? You're going to be pulling back from social circles and friendships to get your mind right, get your money right, okay? You might even have distanced yourself with this 3 of Cups, because the Cups is about what's in our heart, what we feel, whose cup we feel, and who fills our cup, okay? You are trying to shift towards something more traditional, more commitment driven. You might even have been a fly by the seat of the pants type person, or someone who hasn't had a lot of direction lately. It could even be that you're looking for a new spiritual path. And when it comes to money, sometimes the things that we think about money, we think about physical things that we can do, right? What can we work as? What can we do physically to earn? But oftentimes it has to do with our mindset and who we are spiritually. So that's also going to be a shift. That's what's next, okay? Leaning on your community or tribe, group, maybe even people at work, okay? Because the old group felt draining and gossipy. This might even be a different department that you need to be in at work because them heifers don't know how to act. But whatever it is, it's going to be committed. And it is going to take some spiritual alignment, because the Hierophant is all about how we view the society that we live in, what we see as important, how the veil is lifted, or there's a shift in how we view, how we socialize, okay? Our views on school, our views on corporate, our views on capitalism, our views on religion change. They change for the better, but they also change in a way that is, what's the word? Unconventional. It is bucking up against, baby. It's going to completely different direction of what people would expect for sure. Okay. So what's next for you is removing yourself from the draining and misalignment that you've been feeling, surrounded by people, either in your workspace or in your social circles. You've either started thinking about something new, you started doing research on something that you can be grounded in and more committed to, more formal as far as structured, I should say. Okay? And you are searching for or starting to align yourself with a different community who shares your likes and dreams and views. Okay? Some people that's going to elevate you. All right? Now for our second bullet point in the spread, it talks about your talents and strengths, okay? So for pile 2, what talents or strengths can pile 2 implement in order to get to that coin? Now the first step is surrounding yourself with like-minded people who's going to help elevate you, and I think that you've already started to do that. So what's the talents and strengths? It could be something that you're already doing, or it could be something new that you can implement in order to get to that coin, in order to make that money, because that's what I'm here to do, is provide you some guidance on how we can get the most, not the lesser. Okay? Strengths and talents. Okay? 2 of Cups. I'm loving it. Look at these cups coming through. Okay? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water signs. Okay? 2 of Cups in reverse is really telling me that you've been peeping. You've been peeping game. You are recognizing what connections are imbalanced or not reciprocal. Okay? You're coming into some very honest emotional depth. Okay? You are somebody that's right now capable of honest reflection. And what that's telling you about yourself, now that you have been emotionally maturing, is that you have a talent for healing relationships or pointing out patterns when you see them. Okay? Now, it might not sound like much by way of talent or strength, but think about it in your current life cycle of money and how you earn money and what you're doing for a living, and think about how you can implement that. This strong self-awareness, this strong sense of connections being in balance, and you can tell when something's not reciprocal. You can tell when somebody playing with you. You can tell when somebody playing with somebody else. You have emotional depth that goes outside beyond yourself. A talent for healing relationships. You might be somebody that's needed and called to mend relationships between others. You might be called to heal and mend relationships between people and themselves. This may be spiritual teachings. And again, this could be a side gig too. It don't have to be you turning away from your current career. This might be something you can add on to your current fucking career. I'm going to get some more clarity on that. Okay. So for your talents and strengths, I'm going to pull one more. Okay. Because I want to clarify this. And now you know what's going on before me, okay? Because this is your life. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That 5 of Swords coming through. That's about swift action. Oh, you ready? You not playing. You have seen what it looks like to be emotionally mature and self-aware. You have seen patterns in people. You might be somebody that your friends come to for relationship advice or any type of advice surrounding matters of the heart, okay? Surrounding emotional stability. And you ready to put that shit into action. It might be somebody who says something to you like, shit, you make a good motherfucking therapist, and you thought they was playing. Now, again, it could be a little side gig. It could be spiritual. You might be thinking of writing a book or putting out some reading materials for people to be able to improve themselves emotionally. Okay? Because you're looking for something structured with this Hierophant, but you also bucking against what's traditionally known. The way that you evolved and the way that you communicate with people is definitely being recognized. People are starting to see that you've come into this very... The Hierophant is basically buttoned the fuck up. When I walk in, sit up straight. I don't give a fuck if I was late. Okay? The Hierophant is somebody that sits on top of knowledge but thinks about knowledge and religion and tradition and laws from a different perspective. They know how to think outside of themselves. They know how to think outside of what the majority is doing. They know how to think outside what the fuck they tell us. This Hierophant is you in this situation. People are starting to see you as somebody that is going to get to the motherfucking bottom of shit by any means. And it does not matter if people think that, that's not the way you do that. No, no, no. So what? What you've been taught, what you've been told, you are pulling the veil off of the eyeballs of the people who just want to see shit the way that we've been told to see it because it's comfortable. That 5 of Swords is letting me know that you taking action on the stuff that you've learned recently. Okay? You're ready to put into practice things that have helped you. Things that have Yeah. You're skilled at protecting your energy and not staying in connections that cost you your peace and learning to like prioritize yourself. You stepped out of people pleasing, friend. And if you haven't fully stepped out of it, you're doing it. And what I'm seeing is you want to teach other people how to do the same. So what I'm getting from this pile that's different from pile one is pile one, we talked about building off of something that they already knew about, they already had. Pile two's energy is you're finding this out. Now, you knew about the emotional stability because it was you who worked on your emotional stability. You knew about the pattern recognition in relationships. You know how to spot a motherfucker playing with somebody. Your friends and family are already coming to you for emotional advice. Okay, especially when it comes to relationships. But maybe right now, I feel a sense of energy that right now is the first time that you're hearing somebody say, baby, do a podcast, do a TED Talk, do a seminar, put the PDFs online, write the book. Because other people need to see things the way that you see things, and other people need to get to where you are. Other people need to stop the people pleasing. They need to learn how to protect their fucking energy. They need to know how to stop staying in connections that are costing them peace, and you want them to know. You've been thinking about it probably. This might be the first time that somebody told you, oh, hell yeah, you need to do it. Yeah. They need it. They need to hear it. They need to know. I'm getting a strong sense too, for those of you that might be watching. You went through them 12 steps. Now you need to take somebody else through them. Hello? Huh? Yeah. When I say coin reality check, it's not always going to be about the coin that comes in quick, fast, swift. You might not get rich off of it. But abundance comes in many forms. And when the spirit team speaks, they speak in ways that are not extremely literal. I came here to do a fucking coin reality check, but sometimes spirit checks me and say, this is what the people need to hear. Okay, so I can't promise that it's going to make money for each pile, you know, for each collective reading. But what I can promise is that the abundance comes in a different form other than cash money. Comes in spiritual fulfillment. It comes with emotional fulfillment. It comes with the idea of the fact that you have come from a place. You have come from a place of pulling yourself out of the fucking mud where you cannot help but share with others. And that has been on your heart because you want to give what you received. You want to give to somebody the joy and fulfillment and self-love that you learned. You did this shit on your fucking own. And again, there might have been somebody there helping you, but because you see shit differently than you used to with this Hierophant card, because you are pulling away from group dynamics that are no longer aligned with you, you're spiritually aligned. You're basing the way that you treat people off of a value system, okay? You're looking for something structured, and I keep seeing them 12 steps. And not everybody listening to this has anything to do with substance, okay? When I get these messages intuitively, when I'm channeling, it's collective. So there are some people's energy that is watching this that, yes, baby, you need to take somebody through them 12 steps the same way that you got took through them, but you would see it differently than the way that they taught it to you, because now you have an understanding. You might even write your own fucking 12 steps because that's what worked for you, and you know it works. You sitting back watching the people that you love go through toxic relationship after relationship after relationship, and friend group, and people who's not got their back, people who not cheering for them, and you want to show them how to root for them fucking selves, and you want to show them that in rooting for themselves, they now can spot people that ain't got no business in their motherfucking life, and that's all you really want to do. Now, it may make you some money because you can sell PDFs and books and digital content. You can monetize off of social media. But baby, I'm telling you right fucking now, they need you. They need to learn how to prioritize self-respect over people pleasing. Okay? That 5 of Swords is telling me. Now with the cups again, we got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water sign energy. But also with the swords, we have air. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay? Let's go on and pull your blockages and challenges. Child, yeah. I'm into it. I'm here fucking for it. Please make sure y'all leave a comment, subscribe, and like. Let me know how these readings are going for you. And don't forget that if you need a more personalized, in-depth reading, you can hit up that link tree. Okay? Let's talk about your blockages and challenges, Paul, too. How to blockages and challenges. How to's, any blockages and challenges on this journey, Spirit Team. Okay. Not the goddamn directions. Come on now. Okay. So with the blockages and challenges, we got the Sun upright. Oh, look how cute. Okay. We got the Sun upright, blockages and challenges. And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming up as well. Okay. Blockages and challenges for pile 2. Now, when it comes to your challenges, pile 2, on your way to fulfill this idea of yours, okay? And like I said, even if the idea came up right here in this reading, it don't matter. It's for you. It's your destiny. It's your journey, okay? The Sun and the Knight of Wands together talks about how you might have some difficulty staying consistent, okay? Because the Sun is all about bright joy, fun in the sun, sun's out, guns out, sun's out, buns out, right? You ready to have fun. You're ready to get it popping, get the ball rolling. The Knight often charges into battle, and because it's the Knight of Wands and it's giving that fire sign energy, honey, that's when we do shit quick and abrupt, okay? But you want to beware and take caution about doing things impulsively and losing your momentum, okay? Oftentimes we get a bunch of ideas in our head, okay? We might got some neurodivergency going on where you got a lot of shit that you're thinking about and you want to hurry up because you know it's going to be good. You might have even started having things running through your mind as soon as I said that, hey, this is you. Okay, again, this might be the first time that you're hearing somebody tell you, you need to tell people about this. They need it. They need to know. So now you got all these ideas coming in. You might have already had the ideas, okay? But you don't want to get into scattered focus, okay? You don't want to get into burnout. You don't want to rush too quickly, okay? You want to definitely slow and steady because that's how you got here. That's how you built this emotional maturity. That's how you learned to stop people pleasing. That's how you got yourself in a position to be able to be your best self. You didn't rush it, okay? So don't rush this. Yes, you're going to be on fire because you're going to be like, ooh, 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 hell yeah, I knew it. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, we got the Knight of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Okay? This is Spirit telling you that although you don't want to get burnt out and although you can think very fast and you can have a lot of ideas flowing, the Knight of Cups is in contrast to the Knight of Wands because it talks about our heart and what's in it. It also talks about how the knight is swift into battle, okay? We know the knight in shining armor. They come to save. They come to get shit done. They move with a purpose. So when it comes to the Knight of Cups, again, we're getting 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Hierophant, and Knight of Cups is telling me that this is a very strong water sign presence, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Knight of Cups is contrasting to the Knight of Wands, letting you know that although you have the potential to get burnt out if you move too fast and you act impulsively out of excitement, you want to do this out of confidence and joy, and you want to do this out of the ability to recognize a need for this type of material or this type of information that you want to put out there. The Knight of Cups is giving you the reassurance that yes, it's going to be fulfilling. Okay. Again, this is a coin reality check. So this could be something that you're doing at work. This could be a business venture. I'm still saying that although this is about fulfillment of a community outreach of something that is an emotional need, I still know that there are things that can be done in order to make some money. Okay. But you also have a blockage or a barricade, a delay if you think too far ahead or you think too much about the coin. Remember why you did this. This is a very heartfelt, a very compassionate reading. Okay, let's get some oracle. What you're doing for others or what you want to do is coming from a place of, you know, obviously you've done it and you want other people to benefit from it. You want other people to be their best and higher selves. But you know, you don't want to get burnt out. But the Knight of Cups is telling you that if you stick to that, you claim this reading, you receive the energy, you receive the message. The Knight of Cups is saying, yeah, it's going to be there. You're going to move forward with the ability to receive what you need out of it, but also give back in the best way possible if you take your time, okay? Slow and steady wins the race type shit, okay? Take your time, do it right. You can do it, baby. Okay? You know the song ain't about getting money, but what I say, okay? Now, let's get some oracle to clarify these cards, okay? And give you some messages. Coffee addict. Ooh. Now. Listen. Okay? This could be literal. This could be literal. Remember when I said, listen, if the cards are slapping you in your face, I ain't got nothing to say. That ain't my fault. I just read them. I get the messages from the spirit team, honey, I channel. But let me tell y'all something about how spirit be laughing at y'all. Sometimes be playing with y'all, okay? I don't mean laughing at you, but sometimes they have a sense of humor. Sometimes they got to lay something out in the most practical, plain ass way so a person can be like, damn, I can't even fucking deny this damn reading. They really are talking to me. Okay, this could be literal, coffee addict. But remember when I said earlier that you could possibly be somebody listening to this reading who went through the 12 steps and you need to take somebody else through the 12 steps with you? Now, as somebody who's a 12-stepper my goddamn self, okay? 10 years, amen. They got a lot of coffee in that joint. They sure do. This could also be speaking towards what spirit was telling you about not being impulsive. You know, you think of coffee, jittery, etc., right? It's got so many meanings. Again, it could be very literal. This could be a moment that you need to think about how maybe these ideas that you have and maybe the dedication to putting these ideas into practice is causing you to consume a lot of coffee, and you might not be, you know, stopping for a moment to think about putting some good nutrition in your body. Okay, you need to be the strongest that you can be in order to get this message out, in order to move forward with your idea. Okay, whether it be a business that brings in money, whether it be some talks or some reading materials that you provide, whether it be social media where you are somebody that people can relate to and you're just sharing your fucking story, the coin will come. Because this is a coin reality check. Your spirit team is telling you what you can do to increase. Okay? But just because we're thinking about what we can do to increase doesn't mean that what we do does not have to, that it's still not meaningful. Okay? So you could be somebody who's drinking a lot of coffee. Again, this could be this coming along with warning against acting impulsively, or being a scattered focus again, okay, scatterbrain everywhere, thinking of too many things at once. Or it could also symbolize this word right here, being literal, okay? And there's a lot of coffee in them places. Don't I know it, honey? Okay? That might be where you need to be. Again, you might need to take somebody through them steps that you went through, but you finna write them differently, honey. If y'all know what the big book is, if you a friend to Bill, etc., you might be somebody that know how to write the goddamn thing for the modern times. You might be somebody that knows how to get the message out to people in a certain age demographic that need to have access to things that we don't have access to. I'm also getting a strong sense of people of color who want to take the people in our communities with us, because some of these resources are not readily available, but you unblock the motherfucking code. Regardless of what it got to do with, you crack the code on some form of emotional maturity. Okay? What's next? Again, remember, pulling away from friendships and groups. Staying away from people who's not spiritually aligned with you. When we talked about the talents and strengths, we talked about how you're good at protecting your energy, and you're also good at pointing out patterns of people who are being used and abused and taken advantage of, and, you know, being played with. Faces being played in. But you don't want to have any issues keeping up your momentum, and you don't want to get burnt out too quickly by having all of these ideas swarming in your head. But the Knight of Cups is a very subtle nod to let you know that it will flow if you stick to it and you slow it down and you commit. Because remember, the Hierophant is talking about structure, okay? Even if that structure bucks outside of the norms. And again, because I read intuitively and I channel and I am doing a collective reading, I do want to stress for those who it pertains to, because always leave what don't belong and take what does, and you can pick more than one pile, okay? This is heavy on me. Because bucking against tradition and norms could be talking about the materials that are provided. You might be being called and led to open up the door to bring forth material that's more relatable, okay? But regardless of what the next endeavor is, it relies heavily on your ability to protect your energy, your ability to cut out the people pleasing, and your self-awareness, okay? You have an ability to spot out manipulation and hidden conflict, okay? Yeah. You might not like the way shit is going in an organization or a group or something that you're a part of, and you feel like you can do better. You can. You absolutely can, and your spirit team is telling you you can, okay? Gotham needs you. That's a little joke. Let's get one more oracle from this deck, and then I'll start pulling some oracle to tie in your reading, and then we're going to pull advice. Ooh, yeah, I love this shit. Conspiracy theorists. Listen, I cannot even tell you how strong it is on me that you seeing some shit, okay? You're pointing out some shit that's not being done right. Or you could just be a fucking conspiracy theorist and this shit came out because, again, spirit got a sense of humor. And here go the goddamn laundry mountain climber again. And when I saw this coffee addict, at this point, I already felt like it was somebody that I know watching this, okay? And if you are, LOL, okay? But either way, laundry mountain climber can also be talking about literal laundry. They could be telling you to get your shit together, get your stuff in order, because the more that you have to do around the house, the less time that you have to work on this shit, okay? It could be talking about dirty laundry. You could, again, be a part of an organization or a group that aren't doing things the way that you know that they should be done, and you know you can fucking do better. Yes, you can. You need to. You're supposed to. You're called to. Conspiracy theorists, we could be talking about somebody who been putting the motherfucking pieces together, and you know some shit ain't right, and you say it's your job to fix it. You goddamn right it is. Because again, Your strong ability and talent is being able to be aware of any manipulation or hidden conflict. You're good at protecting your energy. Therefore, you know how to spot bullshit. Come on, let me get some more Oracle up out here before I get to yapping. Because I can yap on this all goddamn day. If this is your pile, please hit me up for a more in-depth reading, because I cannot wait to continue this conversation, because I'm telling you, it's something that you know needs a change and you know that people can benefit from. You know that there are things going on in this world that you have experienced and you were able to pull yourself out of, and you just want to take people along with you, but you are going to make a little bit of money off of it, okay? And that's not saying capitalizing off of people's need to be healthy mentally and emotionally. It's just your spirit team being practical and letting you know that, like, yes, money is to be made because we live in a capitalistic fucking society. And although we can do things good for people and we can do things from the kindness of our heart, you can still find ways to make sure that you have the means to keep it going. Okay, social media, books, documentation, training materials, implementing new whatever it is, it's going to be structured, because that Hierophant energy is going to buck up against what's normal, is going to buck up against what's traditional. And shit, man, I could go on all goddamn day, but y'all get the gist. Like, y'all feeling it like I'm feeling it, and I know you are. I can feel the energy. Y'all excited the way that I'm excited, and I know you jumping up and down. I know your spirit is jumping the way that mine is jumping. Like, God damn it, I just needed this fucking clarity. I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I was right. Okay. Ooh, yeah. I'm getting some Woodland, and I'm taking that third one. Woodland Wardens Tarot. Okay. We got 3 popped right on out. We got the Marten and Foxglove for mischief. Okay, that could be talking about what I said. It's a little bit of mischief going on amongst these people. We got the Rooster and the Sunflower for communication. We got the Sun card down there too. Not surprised. And we got the Duck and the Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum. Yeah, for luck. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start with the Marten and the Foxglove, which is an animal. These oracles give you an animal and a plant life, okay, to tie together this reading, and then we'll get into your advice portion, okay? The Marten and the Foxglove represents the archetypal, Lord, trickster, please. The light-hearted mischief maker, the lover of chaos and spontaneity. Martens are a type of weasel known for their curiosity, quick movements, and occasional aggression. Romanian folklore tells of martens playing tricks on horses, braiding their manes in the night so they wake to a tangled mess of hair in the morning. And foxgloves are said to be the homes of fairies, another elusive and mischievous creature. For this reason, they are associated with riddles and secrecy. Pay attention to opportunities for spontaneity, travel, and playfulness. A bit of light-hearted mischief, so long as it doesn't hurt anyone, can be healthy. You can also beware of others' dishonesty, okay? Do you embrace spontaneity, and can you learn to let go and make room for adventure? Now, what this means to me in your reading could also talk about this little conspiracy theory. Now, that's nothing terrible, okay? But sometimes change is necessary, and sometimes when you spot some stuff that's going on, you might get the thought like, oh, okay, yeah, I know these people know that this shit is going on, and they trying to act like they don't see it, but okay, you know? It can also talk about the spontaneity of knowing that you need to move forward with this idea and not be so pressed or worried about how it's going to work out, okay? Allow yourself to be spontaneous and allow yourself the opportunity to do something without overthinking it, okay? Okay, and then we have the Rooster and the Sunflower, which ties in with the Sun, okay? It talks about communication. This is the card of the good leader and the kind king. Roosters wake before the rest of the farm, alerting everyone to the rising sun. They are protective of their territory and self-confident, but they are good communicators, honest and capable. The sunflower is often the tallest bloom in the garden, rising high and turning its face towards the sun. While it may hover over other flowers, it bestows warmth and joy on any garden. You are well suited to positions of authority. Remember that clear and open communication is key to successful leadership. Like I said, okay, the part where it says you wake before the rest of the farm, alerting everyone to the rising sun, it goes back to what I said about you wanting to take people where you have been. You want to take people to the destination that you have gotten to, okay? You want to provide some type of service to people for you to be able to share what you've learned and share your journey with them, okay? The duck in the chrysanthemum talks about luck. The phrase lucky duck isn't just a lighthearted rhyme. Ducks can be symbols of good fortune in ancient Egypt. Ducks were associated with riches, especially gold, and frequently given as offerings to the gods. Likewise, chrysanthemums, bursting forth with long and elegant petals, signify abundance. Luck can be a fickle and mysterious force, but it's also, as Roman philosopher Seneca once mused, what happens when preparation meets opportunity. You are on the brink of good fortune. Be open to situations that may bring about positive transformation. So like I said, I can't promise no money, but your spirit team done already told you that, baby. If you're worried about whether or not it's going to make some money, there you go. Yes, it is. Okay, it's going to be worth your time because it's going to help people. It's going to be worth your time because it's going to bring in some coin. Because like I said, this is a coin reality check, and the reality of the situation is if you wasn't sure about moving forward on some shit you needed to do, you know now. Okay, now let's get some advice and direction to tie in your reading pile 2, period. Okay, advice and direction for pile 2's coin reality check. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Perfect. So before I get the interpretation for you, I want to just tie in your reading since we're coming to the end. Okay, you are with the Hierophant in the Three of Cups, pulling away from people that no longer serve you. Okay, you're looking for something structured and aligned with your values in this community that you're hoping to build, or even a community that you're already a part of, but there's something that you are looking to make changes to because you know that it'll benefit people because you have benefited from it. And you are self-made in the sense of you knowing how to protect your energy, prioritize yourself. You're very insightful about people who don't mean the best for others. Okay, and maybe you've been gaslighting yourself into thinking that you don't have this ability and that, you know, well, hey, I know how to do this for myself, but is this really something that can stretch to other people? Absolutely, it can. You are somebody who is skilled at recognizing unhealthy relationships that are out of balance. Okay, right? You want to be careful with the Sun and that Knight of Wands in reverse to not get burnt out or have so much enthusiasm about this new direction that you have the tendency to rush through it or be impulsive about it, scatterbrain energy, doing too much at once, okay? Biting off more than you can chew. So for your advice and direction, the Wheel of Fortune is obviously talking about the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Everything making its way around and around and around in its time, okay? Everything has a place. It oftentimes lists the 12 zodiac signs, but it just basically is what comes up must come down type shit. Things go round and round, okay? When it's in the upright position, you see a scape back here with some flowers and things, but even when it's in the reverse, the background is still upright with flowers and maybe some buildings off in the back, right? So it makes it very imperative and it makes itself known that even when shit look upside down, baby, it's right side up. It's right side up to some fucking body. You hear me? So cycles are shifting for your advice, okay? Timing is definitely on your side. Let the shit unfold naturally. Don't force, okay? That Sun and that Knight also warned against that. The lessons that you have learned are going to help you get long-lasting results instead of trying to do this get rich quick or get ideas out quick, okay? Patience, okay? Letting things cycle as they should is what the Wheel of Fortune talks about. the natural cycle of things is going to best serve you in this situation. That's your advice, okay? Take things slow. Allow the cycle to unfold. Put your ideas on paper first, possibly, okay? Don't forget to hit the link in the link tree. The link tree in the bio, okay? I'm still meditating on this to make sure I didn't miss anything, pile 2, because this was I loved and enjoyed giving you this reading, okay? Because there's a lot packed in here. I really hope that this resonated with some of you. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You are welcome to pick more than one pile. If you need more clarification on this, there's a link tree in the description. Please be sure to subscribe and share to somebody that you think may benefit from my channel. And that's your clarity, pile 2, with the orange. Okay, heart. Now you know better, pile 2. Come on now, act like it. Welcome back, pile 3, to your coin reality check reading. You picked the pink pin cap, okay? We're going to get into what's next for you regarding your coin. Any talents or strengths that you should be utilizing, blockages or challenges that might be holding you back from getting your best when it comes to money and things that you can be putting out there, and your advice and direction. Okay, I am going to be pulling some oracle in between also to clarify. So let's get into it. Now, if you're new here, I do provide clarity. I read intuitively. Okay, I tap in directly. I don't just read the cards, okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and you are welcome to pick more than one pile, but your intuition led you to pile 3, so let's get into it, all right? We got the green candle going. Well, money, money, money. All right. We all love to know about our coins, so for pile 3, coin reality check, all right? We're using the Divine Tarot. Oh, period. Yeah, straight out the gate, we got the Page of Swords and the Two of Cups, okay? Page of Swords. Swords represents the air sign energy, okay? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We got the Two of Cups. Cups is about our heart chakra, what we give, what we get. How we pour and how we receive into our cups, okay? And it's representative of water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, okay? And that Page of Swords was in reverse, and we got the Two of Cups in the upright. So what's next for you is regarding communication and close connections. You want to be sure that you're looking out for any tension or possibilities or opportunities for miscommunications or misunderstandings. So you want to commit before you speak. And I know that this might not make a whole lot of sense when we're talking about coin, but I promise you Spirit is going to clarify. Now, I can see kind of where this is going. Okay. You may be somebody that is in a role or getting ready to come up against some public speaking. Okay. So what's next could be that. Okay. This could also be talking about trust and honesty and discernment. If you're stepping into a business and endeavor, maybe with another person, you want to be sure that you are making the right decisions. But the overall message that I'm getting very clearly is pause, okay, before you commit to speak, okay, especially regarding emotional matters. Because the Two of Cups, again, is about what we pour out and what we give in. We obviously see these two figures are embracing each other. They're very much different, okay? This particular folklore talks about opposites attracting, okay? This isn't a love reading, but attraction can come with people who are bringing forth funds for you, maybe people who are supporting you, who are responsible for bringing the money forward. Okay, grant writing, benefactor, lender, business partner. Okay, so you want to make sure there's no opportunity for miscommunication or misunderstanding. In the Page of Swords, Page is the youngest energy in the deck. So when we see this in the reverse, it can sometimes warn us against being petty, childish, okay? Because the sword is what cuts through the bullshit, but sometimes in the reverse, sword can talk about a sharp tongue. And the reason why this is so important when it comes to money matters is because you want to make sure your communication is on point. Okay, if it's a business endeavor, communication is definitely very important. If it's public speaking that you have to do in regards to your job or an endeavor, it may be pitching an advertisement. You want to make sure that you're doing your best when it comes to communication and how you relay information, okay? So let's talk about your talents and strengths. It could be something that you're currently doing, or spirit could be urging you to move on to something different, okay? But we're going to find that out. Now, strength. Now, you seen that pop out when I was shuffling. I'm going to take it. We got the 8 of coins, but I'm still going to shuffle. Okay? 8 of coins for talents and strengths. Okay? Talents and strengths for pile 3. And I don't know why this is in my brain. Obviously, I know why, because I read intuitively. But sometimes you got to pop out and show it, okay? Certified boogeyman. I'm the one that up the scope with him. Anyway, the Hermit in reverse, okay? Hermit in reverse and the 8 of coins for your talents and strengths, something that you can either work on and cultivate or something that you can move towards. Now, the 8 of coins shows a woman who's diligently working, okay? We got the Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, okay? She's diligently working, but it's thorny, okay? She's sad, but she's going to work by any means necessary. This folklore is about a woman who is basically creating these thorny figurines, coins, etc., because she needs to free her brother from somewhere. So it's basically talking about working by any means necessary. And the Hermit in reverse is talking about how we're not taking enough time to think inside of ourselves. But we're talking about a coin reality check, and it's about your strengths. That means that you are skilled and disciplined. You're a master at your craft, okay? You may even be somebody that's literally crafty, okay? Handy. You have a strong ability to be independent and retreat inside of yourself and learn and improve. Sometimes insightfulness and reflection comes from being alone. Now, you could over-isolate at times, okay? But you have the ability to apply your practical skill with your wisdom, okay? That's where the coin comes in. So if you're doing an endeavor with somebody else, again, you want to be careful of how you guys speak and communicate with each other. Any speeches, double check them, triple check them, okay? Advertisement, public speaking. Your craft and your actual ability to make things by hand and your wisdom is going to pay off, okay? I'm getting a sense of this is a two-party situation where we're talking about somebody who's working on a project with you. It could be in your corporate job where you're tasked with a project with another person. Don't let them talk you out of what the fuck you know, okay? Your craftiness, whatever you do, the things that people told you you're good at physically, the shit that you make with your own hands, and your wisdom put together and your ability to deeply analyze things, they're going to work together. And whatever this project is going to blow them away. Don't let nobody talk you out of that. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you that, no, that's not a good idea. You know what the fuck you good at. And I'm telling you and confirming it for you right now. Okay? I want to clarify those two combined, though. Okay? I'm going to pull an oracle, actually, to clarify these two. Because I want to know exactly the skill, possibly the skill directly, you know. not just telling you that your ability to deep think and analyze and your craftiness. I want to see if there's actually going to put a name to it. Okay, Spirit, can we put a name to this skill? Okay. Spirit team, can we put a name to this skill for this, for pile 3, please? Okay. Snooze button samurai. Okay. They played. They played. That samurai might mean something to you. Okay, that don't mean you getting out there with no damn sword and you finna defeat. I don't know. Okay. However, your ability to pause and take time. Okay. This may mean something to you. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not 100% clear on how this is managing a skill. But I do know, again, your craft, okay, disciplined work, the things that you actually got your hands on, and then your insightfulness and your ability to reflect can be combined into something. Snooze button samurai. Now, I know this is supposed to be funny about people who hit the snooze over and over again, but maybe that's talking about your ability to pause and reset. Ooh, I know what the fuck it is. Didn't I just tell you don't let nobody rush you? Didn't I just tell you don't let nobody tell you that's not a good idea? That's what happens when you hit the snooze. You're not ready to get up. You won't be rushed. That alarm clock is going to be that person trying to blare in your ear and tell you that's not a good idea. Whatever it is, when you come up with the idea, you're going to know. You're going to think about me again. You're going to think about, okay, well, Custom Clarity told me, don't let that motherfucker tell me that this ain't no good idea. You can combine two seemingly unrelated skills. And this may be why I'm unable to just pinpoint it. Because it's unconventional, the way that you're going to put together what you physically can do. And your wisdom, knowledge, your ability to reflect and deeply analyze things. Your ability to learn independently. Okay? Let me clarify this again. Like, just a little bit more for real. Okay, Spirit. It might not be for me to know. Spirit might not want me to be in your business that bad. But maybe you know, okay, what Spirit is calling out to you. But I'm going to still be nosy, and I'm finna clarify some more. No, this one is bent. That's for a flag on the play. Trickery. There we go. Innocence. The mouse and the buttercup. Okay. Let me read it. The mouse and the buttercup. Innocence. Skill. Talent. Let me get to the page, y'all. Okay. Like the Fool in the tarot deck, the Mouse and Buttercup is numbered 0. Both cards mark the start of a journey, and both remind us that we have much to learn. Mice are grounded and innocent, yet anyone who has dealt with a mouse in their house knows they are determined and highly adaptable. The mouse is paired with the humble buttercup, a symbol of childhood innocence. Have you ever held a buttercup under your chin? According to centuries-old children's game, if the reflection of the flower glows yellow on your skin, it reveals that you like butter. Okay? You may be embarking on a journey or starting down a new path. Remember that innocence and a lack of understanding are not negative qualities. Instead, they remind us of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. What do I hope to learn on this new path, and what potential dangers should I look out for? Okay, I see what's going on here. Somebody going to talk you out of what you know you can do. Okay? It's definitely going to be near and dear to you. It's something you thought about, something you're good at. It may even be something that brings up nostalgia. It may even look a little childish to people. Okay? It may be something that's eye-catching and fun. It may buck against the stiff corporate world. But whatever idea you're coming forth with, the reason why it's going to work is because it's going to be unconventional. And it's going to be a mix of your two personalities, your crafty, fun, hands-on, and your deep analysis, okay? Your ability to think for yourself. Your ability to hit that snooze button samurai. Your creativeness is going to mix with your intellect. And it's going to create a very fun, jovial, bright, new perspective to something. Okay. And again, spirit might not want me all up in your business like that, but you know what I'm talking about. You get it. It might not be for me to know if it's, a specific job or skill or shit. It might be a goddamn business idea you thinking of and you don't want nobody to know anyway. You see what I'm saying? It's people watching this shit. I ain't mad. Spirit protecting your idea. And I'm not mad, okay? I ain't gonna be in your business on that one. We gonna leave that skill shit alone. Because whatever it is, Spirit is saying it ain't my damn business. Okay? Now, we got blockages and challenges. Okay, boom. We got the 9 of coins and the Hanged Man, but the Hanged Man is in reverse, okay? And then we have the 9 of coins. Okay? So once again, with the coins, pentacles, we're getting Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. We also getting Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio with the water signs here, and we got the Hangman. Okay, Hangman in reverse and the 9 of coins for your blockages or challenges that could be coming your way. And so this is going to be kind of like something to look out for, okay, when you're on this path and you're on this endeavor and you are thinking of this new idea or pitching, launching a product, launching a new idea, okay? Again, it ain't my business. I wish I had more for you, but I'm happy that your spirit team is protecting against maybe jumping the gun or putting something out to the public that you're not ready. You know what I mean? So I might not be able to name exactly what, but I am able to clarify and I am able to guide and say, okay, be careful of any miscommunications or misunderstandings. Close connection with the 2 of Cups, okay? Pause before committing or acting. Pause before giving a speech or advertisement, pitching, okay? With your skill and strengths, we're talking about you being disciplined, you being able to craft things. You might be crafty and you have a strong sense of being able to reflect and have insight. You can combine your practicality with your creativity. You might even be somebody that thought that, the creativity wouldn't be taken as serious because you are somebody that is usually a little more serious, or you might take the shit that you do seriously. The snooze button samurai may be literal. You may have been taking your time on this. You may have been hitting pause or reset, but it also might mean that if you're in a business partnership or you're working on a project with someone else, don't let them talk you out of some shit, because this is going to be very, very jovial, very joyful, very unconventional. Fun though. Whatever idea you got going that combines creativity with that intellect, oh baby, they're gonna love it. They are going to love it. Okay, so any blockages, challenges that you want to look out for is feeling stuck, okay, despite your competence. And that's probably where your intellect and your knowledge and ability to learn fast and independently could kind of hinder you if you think that it's all about competency and learning material, okay? Seeing things from a new perspective is what the Hangman is all about. So if you kind of lock yourself up in a place where you're unwilling to see a new perspective, you may hold yourself back if you over-evaluate, okay? Maybe even hyper-independence. Not wanting to collab, okay? Not wanting to accept ideas. Now, again, don't let nobody tell you what the fuck you know. Don't let nobody talk you out of an idea that you are passionate about and you strong about working. But don't turn such a deaf ear to any good ideas, okay? Use your discernment. Don't over-evaluate. And this folklore is about a boy who grew the best watermelons in the goddamn world, a Vietnamese tail honey that even the king had to get him a piece of the watermelons, okay? They were unmatched, okay? So this talks about how even though he reaped the rewards, and this is the coins, okay? Talking about coins literally. You have to be careful that you delay your reaping of rewards by any type of rigid or stiff thinking, okay? So you do want to be open to ideas from other people, but you don't want nobody to try to talk you down. You want to watch out for people who are talking negatively versus just ideas coming your way, okay? Now, because you are somebody who can learn independently and somebody who is able to self-reflect and oftentimes find yourself pretty much giving yourself the best advice. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, honey, but it's giving very much Virgo where you don't know how to listen to nobody else. Okay? Be careful with that it won't stifle you. Okay? You can use your discernment, but don't let anybody knock you off of what you know is true. But also don't be wary of taking advice from people who are genuinely trying to help, okay? Genuinely having good ideas. Of course, just like this reading, take what works for you and leave what doesn't. But have an open heart and open mind when receiving feedback, especially if you're working on this with someone else, okay? Especially if you're pitching your idea to someone, to a group, okay? Especially if someone is investing and they might want to make some changes. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose your idea because you're combining practicality and utility with fun and whimsy. That's what I'm getting from this, skills and talents, okay? A best of both worlds type situation. But don't get discouraged if you get some feedback is what this is saying, okay? Yeah. Okay. So that is blockages or challenges. Okay. Don't get discouraged if you get some feedback, and don't be so quick to want to hold true to the integrity of your idea that you don't at least consider the feedback. And of course, because you're good at deep analysis and introspection, you can trust yourself. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling that you're going to pitch something really soon. Something creative that you've been working on. And again, you might be working on it with somebody else. Okay, this is going to be your advice and direction. Ooh, we got the Queen of Cups. I love this. This is the Queen of emotional stability. But not just emotional stability. This is the Queen of knowing exactly what the fuck they got going on. Okay, so for advice, it's going to just talk about what we just said. Have enough emotional stability and enough social awareness and emotional awareness to be able to accept what you need and leave what don't. Because that's going to take a very mature person when it comes to your coin, is being able to work alongside others no matter what. We know you smart, friend. We get it. We know you are talented and you usually get exactly what the fuck you put your mind to. But come on now. Let somebody else help you, take you through there, okay? Because it's going to benefit you greatly to let people in, but still use your discernment because you ain't stupid, okay? You ain't no fool. You're not going to let nobody compromise the integrity of an idea that you done came up with. But if you're going to lead, okay, and you're going to be the face and the head of whatever this idea and journey is, you're going to have to do it from that place of that emotional intelligence that we know you possess with this Hermit card, okay? Someone who is able to do a deep analysis and someone who is able to reflect and someone who again, you learn independently and you don't need anybody. You're a self-starter, okay? But if you're going to be leading this project, if you are working with even someone who's investing or someone who wants to be a partner, somebody who wants to be a shareholder, regardless, right? Because this is a collective reading. So there's multiple different avenues that you could be going. And again, Spirit is keeping this close to the vest for you, honey. So you know what I'm talking about. Your intuition is telling you that the project that you're working on or the business idea that you're coming up with, I don't have to put a name to it. Okay. For the other piles, I can get a sense of different industries and things like that. But honey, this is a secret and I'm okay with that. Okay. As long as you get what you need from this reading, I don't gotta know. But shit, when you do get it popping, come on, come back and tell your girl. Let me know. I'm nosy a little bit. Hell, okay. But this is telling you to nurture others, okay? But also stay grounded. If you're going to be the head of it, if you out there, if you're going to pitch it, if you're going to be the face of it, make sure that you're doing it from a place of emotional maturity and make sure that your heart and your mind are aligned, okay? Balance being the type of person that knows like, oh, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Balance that with being able to maintain healthy boundaries, okay? This is talking about not getting upset, because I'm telling you right now, your spirit team is telling me that it's going to pan out. But there is going to be some feedback, and you don't want that feedback to put you in a position to where now you acting petty, okay? You responding to feedback or suggestions with a sense of like, who the fuck they think they talking to? I'm the one selling the records. Okay? Accept it. Maintain healthy boundaries, but listen with some compassion, friend. Okay? Don't get bent out of shape that somebody got some advice for you. Or maybe they might ask for some changes, but trust me, your business idea is going to come off the ground. That book you wrote, that play you wrote, that screenplay, whatever the fuck it is that you got going on is both creative and smart, okay? Look at me trying to guess, because I'm telling you, it's a secret. It's a secret for a reason, but I'm going to get one more oracle to tie in your reading, okay? But I'm happy for you. But like I said, come back and tell me what it is when it get off the ground, when it get popping. When you get that call of them people that want to meet with you. When you pitch this idea and you got the room laughing. Because I'm getting a sense of the fact that like it's both going to be serious and something fun. Okay? It's going to showcase your intelligence, but it's also going to show people a creative side of you. Okay? Maybe something that you've been working on for a damn while too. And that's why Spirit won't let me know what it is. Well, I'm hating a little bit. Because I want to know, like Joe. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Okay, so we had a few of them pop out. We got Trend Chaser, period. You gonna be setting a trend. It might be something that you saw, okay? We got a DIY disaster. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because remember, we talked about the creativity. You might be a DIYer. It don't have to be a disaster. Baby, we got Hungry Beast. Now, this might be clowning you a little bit, because you might be somebody that's actually physically hungry all the time. Because, again, we do got a lot of pentacles out here, and, baby, that's giving very Taurus. However, it could be talking about hungry, passionate. Okay? And we got Chronic Multitasker. Okay? So if this resonated with you, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Share with people that you think can benefit from the channel. All right? Hit the link tree in the description for personal in-depth readings. I will record a personal video for you with a question of your choice. We can even expand and expound on this particular reading here. But that's your clarity, Pile 3. Okay? That's your coin reality check. Now you know better, friend. Act like it.